Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Hannah and today we're going to be doing like a cranberry smoky eye, something kind of to accentuate more brown eyes. Everything is on the James Charles Morphe palette or Morphe James Charles palette, whoever you know first, I guess. And yeah, so if you are interested in this look, please stay tuned to watch. If you like it, if you want to keep watching some more videos by me, subscribe. This is my first video, so thank you for watching it and supporting me. I appreciate it. So let's get into some makeup. Hi everyone. So hands are clean, beauty blender is nice and moist, and I guess now we can start. First, you always want to moisturize. So I already put my Clinique moisturizer on. I'm going to add a second moisturizer, my Charlotte Magic Cream. This stuff is amazing. Not only does it moisturize and it's good for all skin types, but it also acts as a little bit of a primer for the skin. It just helps everything go on a lot smoother. It smells so good. Now I'm moving on to eyes. I'm using Clinique's All About Eyes. With your middle fingers, not your pointer fingers because they're too strong. Your middle fingers, you just gently pat, move up, so that way you don't rub it into your eye. Gently pat, go down, around. And a little secret that I found out was, like, especially for people who have really big laugh lines or people who have really deep creases on their forehead, take the the residual eye cream that's on your fingers and just pat it into those areas that, you know, a little extra creasing. So I laugh a lot and I smile a lot, so I put it right here. So now that that's all set and beautiful and refreshed, now I'm gonna go in with Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 spray. I was gonna say 2-in-1. I'm just gonna spray that. Now we're gonna go in with Touch and Soul. I got this in my BoxyCharm. BoxyCharm is amazing, by the way, especially if you don't have the money to buy makeup continuously. It's $21 a month and you get full-size products. Not sponsored, obviously, but amazing. So I'm just gonna take this Touch and Soul No Pore Bloom Primer and I'm just gonna put this right on there. Now we're gonna go on to brows, everybody's favorite part. So as you can see, I don't have very much brows and my ends are a little bare. So I like to draw mine on. And this is what I use, the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift. There it is. This one is in Naomi. So what we're gonna do, we're just going to brush up the eyebrows. Sorry about the excess eyebrows. I'm human and I grow hair. So now we're just... So now we're going to take the eyebrow pencil. As you can see, it's like a triangle shape. It's really, really nice because it gives you the sharp pointy end to really, if you want to draw on those hairs, and the fat end to really fill everything in. So I hold it pointy end here, fat end here, and then we're just going to kind of start just at the basic shape of my brows. I like to bring mine up into the arch right here so that way I know where to make it. And take the pointy end and we're just going to draw those hairs on like I said. And then we're going to go to the fat end, gonna turn it. Just gonna fill in those brows. Now I'm gonna go back in with the spoolie. Just gonna brush it up so that way if there's any spots that I missed, I'm gonna move product into there. And it's okay if you get product a little bit like smudged right here because we're gonna go in with concealer and conceal that. But if you don't like to conceal around the brows because we haven't put on foundation or anything. I'll show you a little trick when I'm done filling this in and getting it how I want it. So, little trick for people who are just on the go. Take your finger, nice and clean, just boom. Now that that one's all dirty, you can either wipe it off on a napkin and then use that same finger and take it along the top and just kind of move it. As you can see, I did go into my brow. So I'm just gonna take a clean finger, not the one I was using, but a clean one, and I'm just going to kind of brush that. Go again with that middle finger again, brush that, clean finger, brush that. Did take off a little bit too much product. So go back in with the brush and just fill in the spots that you took too much product. And that's an easy little way to keep your eyebrows all clean. But it has to be before foundation, because if you do that when you're wearing foundation, you're just gonna wipe that shit off. So now you're gonna take that brow gel, the Charlotte Tilbury brow gel. This cute little pair of eyes on it. I know that glare is horrible. You can't really see the color because she likes to make it super tiny, but that's what the bottom looks like. This color is Supermodel. So it's not as dark as Naomi. They do have one in Perfect Brow, which is black. But I like to use a little bit more of like a darker brown, just because since my hair isn't completely black, I want to keep that kind of brown tint to it and keep it more natural looking. So we're just going to take that brush because it is so tiny, so tiny. So I'm just gonna do my other brow really quick. Okay, now that the brows are done, we're gonna go in and carve them out. The scariest part of brows, because you do not wanna mess up the work you just did. So we're gonna go in this Morphe brush. Don't know what Morphe brush this is, but I got it in like a, one of the kits. Don't remember what it is. But now we're gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape, the iconic Tarte Shape Tape in Light. And what I like to do with this is just take it on the back of my hand and just dab it. Dab. That's it. And mix that in so that way the brush is nice and saturated. Done. Now always start lower, just to get the product on there. And now just work your way up. Make sure not to go too deep into your arch right there, because you don't want it to be too high and look all funky. So you're just gonna blend that out. I like blending it into this little area because sometimes if you do eyeshadow right there, your foundation can't get to it. So we're just gonna do the top. Be very careful. This is really where you can shape your brow to how you want it to be shaped. I'm just gonna draw a line right down the middle so that way I can fade my brow how I want it. Just take this and feather it back. Rub the excess on your hand. Dip a little bit more in concealer. Make sure it's not too saturated and just go over those spots and feather it back. Good. Gonna do the other eye real quick. Now my wings can just fly away like an eagle. Fly like an eagle. You guys all seen that meme of the girl's eyebrows flying away, turns into an eagle and flies away? We all seen it. We all know. Cool, now that they're intense and angry and whoop, snatched, we're gonna move on to the eyes. Nice and intense. Now we're going to take my, who is this? Too Faced Insurance Eye Primer. Again, just on the back of the hand. Right on the back of the finger and work that into the eye. Okay, so now that everything is done, gonna go in with the iconic Morphe James Charles palette. Whoa. I'm going to go in with Canvas, and I'm going to put that in to the crease and on my lid. Bring that up. Move the. So now we're gonna go in with this color right here, Pinch Me, and we're gonna go into the crease. And now we're gonna go in with this really pretty, like, mauve color. I was gonna say maroon, but it's like a mauve. This color is Mary. We're just gonna put that right in the corners of the eye. We need to go in and blend this out. This is a Lorac brush that I got in a kit a few years ago. Still my favorite blending brush. It's super, super soft. It's literally the best blending brush I have ever used. Go back in. This, close, like not open the eye, like don't raise your eyebrows, but like make sure that when your resting bitch face is there, all the product that you want is like a nice circle and not giving you that extreme hooded eye, you know? So take your blending brush, tiny circles, just blend that baby out. Beautiful color, turned like a yellowy cranberry color. Told myself I should stay away from those colors because I was using them a lot, and look at me now going back. Go in with Mary on the other side. This eye to me always looks, this eye always looks darker than this eye to me, but I'm not sure if that's just me. Let me know if you see this eye darker than this one, but I always see this eye darker. It always bugs me, and I'm always scared that I'm going to do this eye darker than this eye because I see this one darker, but it's not actually darker. Oh well, let's move on. Now we're gonna go in with a little bit darker of a shade. We're gonna go in with Boutique. Same brush, same side. We're just gonna go in and press it into that crease. We're not gonna brush it up like I've been doing to the other ones as much. I'm gonna keep it more centered right here. Gonna go in with this side. Dip it into the Boutique color. And now close your eyes. We're just going to take right along your lashes. Get as close as you can to them, but try not to bring it all the way down. Then take your blender and blend that shit. I got this brush in BoxyCharm in a pack. It's the Luxie 111 mini flat angled brush. It's a really nice brush. It's a little dirty because I just used it the last time I did my makeup. But we're gonna take that and we're going to dip it into Benny. Yeah, we're gonna dip it into Benny. This beautiful color, beautiful dark purpley brown, right there. That was my chair. We're gonna take that and we're just going to go right over the crease. Okay, now we're gonna go back in with that one brush that we're using everything for, and we're gonna dip it into Boutique and Mary. Just give that a little tap, and then we're gonna go right over, what color is that? Benny, to smoke it out. Wasn't expecting to do a dark look, because this is gonna be like something you can do on a daily basis. But I guess the first one you can do, don't add the Benny if you want to keep it, I guess, every day. Blend. Now that that's done and you look silly, you already have your primer on. If you feel like you'll need to, you can go in and do a little bit more. I need a little refresher, so I'm gonna go back in with my hangover spray and spray that. It feels so good. And while we are doing the face, I'm going to take Clinique's Pep Start lip mask and apply that to my lips. I had already exfoliated them today, so I'm not gonna do it right now, but this will make my lips nice and prepped and moist and plump for when I put on my lipstick. You can do it at nighttime. It's actually recommended to do it at nighttime. It's a night mask. Just put on your lips like this and go to sleep and then wake up and you're fine. But I like to do it before makeup as well. We're going in with the Tarte Rainforest C foundation. Now, I like mixing this one and the Bye Bye SPF 50 foundation by IT Cosmetics, just because the IT Cosmetics one is good for redness, and I have a lot of redness in my cheeks. It also is great for coverage because it is a concealing, clinically tested, hydrated, and anti-aging with 3D Skin Flex full coverage tinted moisturizer. What a mouthful. And the shade that I'm wearing is light medium. And in the Tarte, it is fair light neutral. So I put that on my face. It looks a little orange, but when I add the foundation, it'll kind of like balance it out because the foundation is a little light, as you can see. But the stuff is super hydrating. I tend to have dry skin, so I like to use this. Now you take your beauty blender, I have the Morphe one, and beat your face. Okay, now I'm going to take my concealer again, Tarte Shape Tape in light. Just going to on the front of the nose, side of the nose, the chin, and So now that my hair looks crazy, you go in with beauty sponge again. I use the same side that I used my foundation. It makes it, I guess, blend better to me. You can use a different beauty blender if you want for your concealer, but it doesn't really matter. And your skin is nice and smooth and hydrated. We are going to take, okay, done beating my face. We're going to take the Pretty Vulgar, the Powder Room Matte About It 147 powder. Got this again in BoxyCharm. It comes with a cute little powder puff. You can put your finger right in there. I don't really do that, I just kind of pinch it. And then when you open it, it's like there's a lot in there and it's like super powdery. So I take the cap, I take my thing, and I dip it in, take my cap, and I tap it in, and that's all the excess, so that way I can use that excess. Take the powder puff, we're going to take, I use a dry one, you can get it wet, but just another Morphe angled beauty blender, and just dip that in, tap any excess because you don't want that falling on you, and just get right under that eye. And then, since it's pointy, I dip it in like pointy side, and then I could do the top of my nose, so that way I get that really tiny, like Kim Kardashian style nose. Now, well, that's all done. Now we're gonna move to the under eye. So grab your palette again. And we're gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Elizabeth Violet Rock and Coal. This stuff is really awesome. I really like this one because it's like a purpley brown. And just go right along your eyes. I'll go to the end of where your color, in the color of your eye ends, and then go back in with that brush that we used Betty on, right? That was the color name? Benny on. And take Benny and Boutique and take that and go right along where you've just put that eyeliner. Take Boutique now and Mary, and we're just going to go over that. Back in with the blender and blend out what we just put in the crease. I'm gonna take this, since I went a little bit too far down right there. Just gonna brush that up so that way it's a nice angle and it's not like too like wavy, I guess. Oh no, I got condensation on my brush. I have to get a new one, so I'm gonna use the Luxie 141 because I just dipped or it touched my Taco Bell Baja Blast. So can't use that brush anymore now that it's wet. So we're just gonna take this one and connect. That, take the blender. Now you're done with that. Same thing with the other eye. Now that's nice and smirky. And take the Charlotte Tilbury again, if you want, this is optional, and just press it underneath your eyes, right there. Just so that way when you put on your lashes, if you decide to put on lashes, now, if you forget to sharpen your pencil before you go into your crease like I just did, just take that concealer brush they use to carve out your eyebrows with and just kind of go over it, and then just take your beauty blender brush and move it around right there, because there's already pigment right there, and if you take your blender brush, it just kind of moves it around. We're gonna go on to lashes, and I'm going to use the Eyelure Luxe Silk. This is the one that goes on black for those days like today where we're not going to be doing a liner. We're just using the liner underneath. So what I do is you just squeeze that out. You can put it on a brush or something if you want. I don't, just because, just like dishes, I don't feel the need to dirty a brush to do this. But that's just me, because I am personally lazy on cleaning my brushes. So while this is drying, I'm gonna take my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara that I got from BoxyCharm. Shout out, this was in February's box. And I'm just going to coat one side, because just the side that we're putting the lashes on. And if you don't even want to wear lashes with this, like I said, you don't have to. All you do is put on a nice mascara. And boom, that's what it would look like without lashes. So you want to give this about 30 seconds to a minute to dry. And now you can use not Q-tips, you can use tweezers. I personally don't like to use tweezers because I like to feel where the lash is going, and I feel like if I use my fingers, I can get it right along my lash line on my skin. Without poking my eye out. And with this, I can also pinch my natural lashes to the lashes to make it look even more natural, even though I'd be dumbfounded if someone had lashes like this. Like, girl, please, if you have lashes like this, give them to me. So now we're just gonna do the other lash. That's that. You're going to take contour brush. This is my Charlotte Tilbury powdered sculpt brush and my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. This stuff is awesome. This bronzer is by far my favorite. It's not too orangey and it's good for every skin type. So you put it in one side, tap off any like super excess. And what I like to do is, Charlotte Tilbury says to follow the hollow. So that little hollow that's right there, you can feel it, you can see it, and go right above and in there. Bring it into the hair so that way it looks natural. And then I call it the number 3. You start off right here, bring it in, that's the curve of the 3, and then bring it down, and that's the other curve of the 3. And you just kind of move that around. Blend it down, blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. Like I said, blending. Again. Now I'm going to use this brush right here. This is, I have no idea what brush this is. Lottie London. I got this in my Ipsy when I had Ipsy. Dip that into the bronzer. Now we're gonna contour our nose. You just do right underneath, like that. And then right along the tip. If you want your nose to be as small as Kim Kardashian's makes hers look, and got surgery to make hers look, go as close to the tip as possible. That's also the line that we did right there. And then you're gonna take it and right on where your nose curves, you're going to put a little line so that way it makes your nose look like it's going boop. Put that back, take the powder beauty blender that we used, go over that spot, that line again, just for extra, you know, extra. I'm actually going to take this again, dip it in my powder, put it along my cheeks and my jaw so that way I look super, super snatched. Like my chin is like chiseled. Now we're going to take a brush that has nothing on it, that you know didn't use for anything, and we're just gonna brush all that powder that we just put on off. I like doing circles on the nose so it kind of blends everything together and makes it look natural. And if you feel like your nose isn't pointy enough, go back in with that beauty blender with the powder, and then boom. You can also go in with your beauty blender that has the foundation on it just to tap the center. It also gives it a nice blended like look and smoother look, I found. If you go over with your somewhat damp beauty blender over those dry areas that you just baked, kind of gives it, kind of revamps it with hydration. So you got that. Now we're gonna go in with highlighter. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Glow palette. As you can see, I love this palette and use it every day. Gonna go in with this color in Summer and in Moonstone, and we're just going to highlight the shit out of our face. Lift your hands up and your voice says, free your mind and join us. Oh, it's a passion. Oh, you can feel it in the air. Go right on the Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, not so much because you don't want to look too greasy. Now we're good on highlight. Now we're gonna go in with blush. Now I'm going to use the Tarte color, and I'm gonna go in with my beautiful Lisa Frank blush brush that I got from, I believe I got this one from BoxyCharm or Ipsy. Dip that in and just go over right in the middle of where you put your bronzer and your highlight. It's like a Neapolitan sandwich. Your bronzer is the chocolate, strawberry is the blush, and vanilla is your highlight. Now, I know not a lot of people do this, but I like to put a little bit of blush on my nose. Now, everybody's favorite part, because for one, it's the last part of the look, and it just brings everything all together. Now what color lip do we want to do? Now I think with this look, it needs to have like a darker nude. So I'm gonna go in with my Clinique Intense Cafe lip liner. And now if you want to overdraw your lips, like me, because as you can see, I have none, just go into that little halo you have around your lips. Sorry. We are gonna go in with Jeffree Star's Mannequin, and we're just gonna fill in. Okay, and then that, after you set it with your hangover spray, you are all done. Okay, so thank you guys for watching my channel and my makeup. I hope you guys liked it. Just basic everyday smoky eye with a little flair. You know, not everybody does it. Only everybody does it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Click that like and subscribe button, I guess, if you want to see more. This is my first one, but all right, bye.